Hello everyone, Kryptonite here and welcome back to the Foundry Let's Play series. So if you have missed the last episode, just a quick recap. We had a look at the crushers and we got steel production underway, so we have that added to our bus system, and in between episodes I also set up the advanced machine parts, and we also had a little look at steam power over here. So the plan for this episode is we're going to be looking at a steam power plant. Now we have got a nice bit of ignium ore over here, which we can use for the fuel source, and a nice big lake here. So my plan is to build the steam power plant over here, and then we're going to have a look at concrete production as well. So the main reason why I want to do a concrete production is because I want to get the science pack 3s underway, and they obviously take pipes, which I do want to add to the bus system as well, and also concrete. Now to do concrete we need cement and gravel and also water, and to get the cement we need mineral rocks and xenoferrite or rubble, and then to obviously get the gravel we need mineral rocks as well. So if we open up our map again, you can see we have a mineral rock over here and we've got a nice patch of xenoferrite. So production for that I will probably put over here as its separate little plant, and we'll somehow transport it down here and add it to the bus system. We can get the science pack 3s. Now I am running a little bit low on the xenoferrite and my steel beam production is a little bit slow, but we have got another bit down here. This is required a mining force 1. So if we head to our research, we can see that mining force 1 requires tier 3 science packs, so that's kind of why I want to get to the science 3 and get that in production as well. So that's kind of the plan and the goal. I have got pretty much everything I need for my power plant in my inventory, so we're going to head on in this direction and we're going to start building our power plant. Now if you're unsure on how power and everything else works, I have got a video explaining how the power system works in Foundry, and I will also be leaving that link in the description down below as well, so feel free to give that one a watch. But I'm going to pretty much explain the majority of how it all works in this episode anyway. So let's go ahead and scan so we can double check where we are. So there's the mineral rock that we can see here, and our ignium ore is literally over here somewhere. Apparently we are, yep, on top of it, so it's down here somewhere. I haven't actually got any explosives. Let's see what we need for explosives. We need ignium ore, rubble, technum ore, and also biomass, so maybe it's worth getting some explosives. So let's take a short trip back. We're going to get some ignium ore and some technum ore, and we're going to come back with some explosives at the ready. So here we are, back with some explosives craft on the way. We've got a few laid down, so let's get rid of all of this area. Oh, that was a nice satisfying explosion, that was. Let's just double check how far down we got to go. You have to go quite a bit far down, so let's head on and put some more explosives down, and we're going to make just some more mess and basically make our way down. So mission complete, and we have found our nice ignium ore node, and now we just got to try and basically make its way up that way somehow. Looks like we're going to have a long conveyor belt system going up because we haven't got any other means of getting it up to the surface. So it's time to get some foundations built, some miners down, and we're going to export ignium ore up to the surface and over to where our power plant is going to be. Okay, so that's all sorted then. So we're going to start off pretty small. We've just got 4 miners all just going onto one belt all the way up. That should be fine, because I'm expecting these to drop their rate to about 40 per minute, so this tier 1 belt should be perfectly fine. And just to overcome the height problem, because we haven't actually got access to anything that can carry resources up yet, we've kind of done it like this and just ignore these building blocks. That was just, you know, just my way of getting up and following the conveyor belt. So we've got this out here, and we've got the foundations starting over here, so we're going to carry on getting these foundations built. I'm not sure exactly how many I need. I know I'm going to need at least 20 wide. I haven't worked out the maths on how far out we're going to go we'll go that far for now, and hopefully we have enough building blocks to do this. We haven't, so we need 157, so we're gonna have to craft quite a few more of these. We'll do hopefully this is going to be long enough. I don't think it's going to be, which is going to be a slight little bit of an issue, but not to worry, we can fix things as and when we need to. Okay, so let's start off by dragging our conveyor belt all the way through, so we kind of know where we're going with things. About there should do for now, and then what we can do is head over to our other tab, and what we want is our boilers. So if we just pop our boiler down and just refresh where everything is going to go, so we've got water input this side, and we've got this side, and then we've got steam output this side, then we can have our input over this side. So that's pretty simple to do. We can figure all that out pretty easily. So first of all, what we want to do is we want to place these like this. I'm going to leave a gap at the front just for the transformers and stuff. So we're going to go for around about here, and we need to leave room for our loaders. So we'll have one there, and then basically what we want to do is we want 25, and the reason how I get that number is because we head over to our pipe intake, we get 30,000 liters per minute, and then on the boiler the input is 20 liters of water a second. Now if we do a little bit of quick maths on that one, just to convert the seconds to minutes, it works out we can do 25 maximum on one pipe input. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 12 of these on this side. I'm definitely going to need some more foundations, so I might need to make a trip back and just grab some more building blocks. So we've got some more foundations, and we've got 6 of the boilers down at the moment, so let's finish off placing down these boilers. That's 12 on that side, and then we're just going to get 12 on the other side done. So there's the 12 on that side, and now we need one more over that side. Looks like I've kind of messed this up a little bit, so I'm gonna have to bulk delete these ones, which is a little bit annoying, but it's easily fixable. So we're gonna quickly get these, and then we've got to just fit the one at the end as well. So we're just going to do a little bit of expansion over this direction, and then we should be good to go. So we're gonna start off here and to about there, and we'll just extend it quite the way out. That should be perfect. Okay, now we're going to get our last boiler over here in this direction facing forwards. So we need our panel facing this way, and that should be perfect around about there. So now we've got our steam turbines to do, and we can see it has its input over here. A little bit difficult to see on this angle, but we're just going to match this like that, and that should be able to work as a daisy chain and just automatically take the input from there and straight into here. So what we're going to do is the same for these ones as well. We're going to put all of these in line where we want them, and we're going to go ahead and get everything else set up. So we're going to start off with one there, and then we should be able to just quickly snap all of these into place. So now that's all done, what we'll do is we'll get our loaders set up and we'll get our conveyor belts on, and then what we'll do is we'll sort out the pipe work from there. So let's go ahead and grab our loaders, and what we're going to do is we're kind of going to go do the middle of this side, and then we'll alternate on the other side as well. Now you might be thinking that there's probably not enough of a conveyor belt to fully load all of these, but these are very slow at burning through the ignium ore, and they only actually store 3 in the actual boiler itself, so it does work out kind of nicely. We're just going to alternate these, and then what we can do is always expand this slightly if we need to in the future, but hopefully by that time we should have a more sustainable power source. At least that's what I'm hoping. So we're going to go ahead and get the last one down here, and then what we can do is extend our belt all the way along and make sure that's sorted. So we just need to go from here all the way through now, which should be absolutely perfect, and then we can just line it up with this one here like that, stick our final loader into here, and that should be absolutely perfect. So next we're going to go on to pipework. So pipework, we're going to need one intake in here, and then we're going to need our water inputs as well. So because this is set out the way it is, this is going to work out quite nicely. We'll just put a T-piece in here and do it just like that. So what we're going to do is try and line this up as we can. Might have to take a little dive in the water for this one. And then what we're going to do is just line up our pipes. We're going to flip the pipe to the orientation we need, and we're going to kind of go just there like that. We're going to bring this down there, put our intake on at the bottom, make sure the arrow is set in the right orientation, just like that. And that is our pump sorted. So now I've got myself out of that sticky situation, we can carry on with the pipes. So if we right click, we can change the type of pipe we are putting in. So we're going to need an angle for this one. We're going to just swap the orientation round, and then what we're going to do is going to have a T-piece on this one, just like that, and then we can go back to straight pipes like so, and we can just drag them straight into there. Now the good thing, as I said about the boilers, they do daisy chain together, so you can link them all together and they will start taking in water all the way down the line. And then we can also utilize this input/output here as well, and we can feed it into here. So we're going to go for an angled piece just like that, and a straight piece straight into there. With that is that part sorted, and then it should also work with the steam as well. That should go through as a daisy chain effect, which is pretty good. So now we have water filling up, we just need our fuel, and that should power all of them up. But we're also going to need to convert this high voltage energy into low voltage energy as well. So what I'm probably going to do is possibly dig this little bit out and this bit over here, just so we can expand this and we can have our transformers and that over here. Okay, so now we've expanded our foundations for our transformers and everything, which I've currently got crafting. So after a little bit of quick maths, I did work out that I'm going to need around about 18 transformers. So I've done 20 just to be on the safe side. I've also got some power lines and some power poles in production as well. But before we go ahead and hook all of that up, what we need to do is make sure we've got some power supply to our miners, but also link this power grid with our main base over there. Now we could do it with the power poles and the cables. I think as we've got a massive surplus of foundations, just going to be a little bit cheeky and do it a little bit of a different way. So what I'm going to be doing first of all is I'm going to be just digging a straight line down here so I can use my building blocks to transfer some power over to here to make sure our miners are all operational. So I can just come out from here and basically go all the way down here. So what we're going to do is make sure that we are set in the right position, and it's going to be around about here. So we're just going to keep going up like this for now. That will transfer the power from up there down to here, so that's fine. Then what we're probably going to do from there is just make a single line of building blocks just to our main base. I think that's probably going to be the best thing to do, and we just need to bring that around to here. So we need another one there to join them together, and then we can just literally go like this, and it will basically link both of them onto the same grid. So from here what I can do is basically just go straight in that direction and, you know, link it up to the floor that we have over there. I think that might be the best bet, just because we've got a surplus in building blocks anyway. Probably going to be the most beneficial thing to do. I could even do it going out that way possibly, but at least if I do it over here, I kind of know how to find my way back to over here as well. So I think that's probably going to be the best thing to do. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So just bring it over to here. We're probably going to have to get rid of a few things as well along the way, but that's not too much an issue. We can go ahead and fix them gaps after. So I'm going to get this all done, and then I will see you back very shortly, and we'll connect all of our power plant up to the same grid. Hopefully with that trail of building blocks, it will be easier to find our power station. Not that it's going to be difficult to find to the size of it. Hopefully now our miners should be producing ignium, and they should be transporting it up. They should be, but I forgot to put them as outputs. For some reason with automatic going for inputs, I must have changed it from automatic. So we'll put these on output, that way everything can be producing, and hopefully we'll be backing up our conveyor belts before everything else is ready and our steam power is well on its way to being active. That's the plan anyway. I want to kind of leave it turn off for as long as possible so we can pre-fill all the machines, so everything's all backed up nice and ready to go. So let's get our transformers placed down then and get them ready, and then we can connect everything up via power cables. So we have transformers over here. So what I'll potentially do is do it like this. We'll do 2, 3, we'll do 5 there, and then we'll also make it nice and uniform, and we'll do another 5 here, and we'll go back to back and opposite here. That way we can look at the panels if we need to, and I just think it looks a bit nicer and a bit more organized doing it this way. So we're going to do that, and then we just need to connect all of these up together as well. So if we head on over to our cables and our power lines, we have some power poles. We should be able to connect all of these up. So the issue we have now is that these don't allow daisy chain connection, and if we have a look at our power poles, they have a max connection of 5. So kind of should have done these in 4s, to be perfectly honest with you, but that's not too much of a worry. We can get around this pretty easily. So what we're going to do is expand these building blocks just here a little bit, so we've got somewhere to put our power poles. So we're going to just drag these along like this. There we go, perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and we will get our cables. We're going to place our first one over here, and we're going to place another one just here. We're basically just going to go along and we're going to connect them two to there, that one to there. So that's going to be all of those, and then we're going to bring this one over here at the end, and we're going to connect it over to this one here, and then we're just going to place one there as well. Looks like we're probably going to need another pole over here, which is fine, we can do that. And then we'll just go ahead and connect all of these up, and then we should have all of our transformers on, and we can actually have a look at our grid. That's all good, they're all connected, so that's absolutely perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring that one there as well. Then we're just going to end up bringing our grid sort of around the back over here. So we'll do this one here, then we'll go ahead and just bridge these just down here like this, and we'll just start connecting all of these to the steam generators. And then we should be able to just connect this straight to that one. Yep, that's perfect. Okay, now we can go ahead and connect all of these down here as well, and we'll connect this one to this one down at the bottom, and one there for luck. So now we just need to connect these to as many as we can. For some reason we can't put that one there because the hitbox is obstructed by that. That is kind of slightly annoying. Okay, so we're going to do some rearranging. I'm going to get rid of all of these. We're going to put down foundations and then hook them all up after that. So there we go. We have all of our cables all connected and up and running. So let's have a look at our grid status now. So looks like we've got apparently 2 high voltage grids. Not sure where this one's come from, I'll be honest with you, but yeah, we'll go for it. So somewhere along the line, something's not quite connected, and I'm not sure exactly what's going on, because they should all be connected onto the same grid, but they're all connected. So yeah, we'll just go with this anyway. Apparently they're both connected to the same low power grid, so we'll just go with it. So we've got 25 steam turbines at the moment, just generating 2.9, say 3 megawatts maximum of power, but we've got 95 megawatts to play with our transformers, so we've got plenty. It's just the fact that at the moment our production is still relatively small, so we're only using a small amount of power. But at least now this is built, we can just forget about this and we can focus on our production now. So the next step that we were going to have a look at is concrete production. So let's just refresh. We want that for the science packs. We've already got the advanced machinery parts, so that's good. So concrete, we need water, gravel and cement, and that is created by the casting machines. We need some crushers for the mineral rocks and the xenophorite ore rubble to make cement, and then we just need some more crushers for the mineral rocks into gravel. So we kind of could have a little mini bus system. So let's just have a look and see where we are. So we've got xenophorite over here, and also the mineral rock as well. So it looks like we're going to have to do a little building and production to get those two set up. But let's just go ahead and see if we can find out where the mineral rock will be. The mineral is relatively close to where we are now, so I don't think that's too far underground actually. And what have we got over there? That might be the xenophorite over there. I don't think the mineral rock is actually that far down. It's not as far down as the ignium ore is for sure. So I was just heading back to get some more resources, and I kind of remember that we need pipes as well for Science Pack 3. So I thought as we're over here, we might as well get that into production and add that to our bus system as well, as we are going to need quite a few of them. So pipes only require steel beams, which we've got over there, so that should be pretty easy to do. So what we're going to do first of all is go ahead and get our loaders set up. So we're going going to have our outputs over here, this like so, and then we're going to have 2 assemblers as well. So we're going to have 2 assemblers just like this, and then we're just going to have our inputs for our steel beams. Might as well change these to outputs now before we forget, and we can lay our conveyor belt down. Probably going to need to build some more conveyor belts, but we'll just swing this round to here, and we probably should put steel pipes into storage as well. Our merger just here, and then we can obviously funnel that down into storage. We can continue that on down after we've finished doing this bit, so we can swing this around just like this, and then we will need a slope up this way, and we can add them to the bus system just like that. So that is perfect. And then this side we can just go from here, and then what we can do is kind of sneak under here, and we should be able to rotate that to there, and that should be good there for now. And then what we are going to need to do is delete these 2 here. Yeah, delete those 2 there, and we can put our merger like that, and then we'll bring our slope down to here, and then we can get our conveyor belt, and we can just bring this around just like that. And then we should have steel beams going into these assemblers over here. Just need to quickly convert them into pipes. Then we can go ahead, jump underneath, and we can start putting them into storage. So we're going to want to loop them back round over into this direction. I think we've got a couple of spare ones over here. Okay, so we're going to have to start expanding our storage a little bit. We've got our steel beams over here, so we could bring them all the way around, but I don't really want to do that. It's going to look a little bit messy. So what we could do is just kind of move it out in this direction. I think we should be good to go like that. So let's go ahead and craft 5 of these. So while that's all crafting, we will bring these over in this direction, and we're probably going to have to go over here as well, but that's not too much an issue. That's why this lot is all hidden. We can kind of hide all of this complete mess and abomination from everything else basically. So we're going to bring this all the way around to here, and we're going to bring it across like this, and what we're going to do is we're going to do an up over here, and we're going to do a down over here, and we'll connect that to that, and then we'll just bring this over here, and then we should have enough room to bring some storage over in this direction. So now what we'll do is we'll put that to there, we'll bring this round here, and we'll just bring this round to here for now. I think that should be good, and then once our storage is all up and built, we can get that placed down. And what I want to do is have the inputs in the middle here, so we can kind of back these up. So I need to leave a gap here. So yeah, we pretty much know where we're going to go from here, so I'm going to have to leave a 2 wide gap, because that's what I've been doing to keep it uniform. So we're not going to be able to put it here, but we are going to be able to just go like that, and I think that should be absolutely perfect. So we'll just do 5 across here for the steel pipes. The only reason why I'm putting steel pipes into storage is because I think we might at some point need them. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm just preempting the situation where we will actually need them. So what we can do is get rid of that one. We can get our loaders just over here, and we can start bringing these just like that. And then what we can do is bring this round to here, and there we go, we have them in storage as well, so that's good. Let's head up to the merger now, and we can kind of flip that around, so we are prioritizing over here for the moment. That should be fine because that's full, so it'll prioritize that until this isn't full. So yeah, we've got that sorted. Now we just need to turn it over and start prepping the rest of our xenoferrite and our mineral rocks as well. So here we are a little while later, and we've got our mineral rocks coming from down there. Now I've got 2 conveyor belts for mineral rocks because we will need to be using it for the gravel and the cement, so I think there's going to be higher demand for that. And then over here we have our xenoferrite or rubble from over here. Now that was a little bit more difficult because it was down in some water, but basically I've just blocked that all off and then made a nice little conveyor belt system down here to this platform over here. So first things first, we need to get our gravel, and then we need to think about where we're going to be placing our cement production and then our concrete. So for the gravel, I'm thinking about just doing 2 crushers and probably going to be doing it just here, just 'cause I think it's going to be easier just to stick it over here for now, and then the crushers that will be taking the mineral rocks and the xenoferrite or rubble, we're going to be probably putting over here. And then finally the casting machines that we need for the cement, I'm probably going to put this side because we'll need the water input and we've got water there. So that's kind of basic plan. So let's go ahead and start getting these into production. So we're going to have just 2 of these crushers just here for now. We may need more. I'm not exactly entirely sure how many we will need. We'll just start with them for now. And what we're going to do is bring these ones over here, straight along to the conveyor belt like this. So I've left myself some room just in case I need to obviously expand this at all. So we're going to then go ahead and make them into gravel just like this, and then we're going to put some crushers over this side over here for the xenoferrite and the mineral from over in that direction. So I might even, to be honest, if we're going to do the crushers over this side for that, I might actually put the casting machines just over here, just 'cause I think it'll be a bit easier to loop them and kind of distribute where I want them. So for the cement, I'm going to do 4 crushers, I think. So let's pop these just here for now. I'm going to do 4 crushers just because it only produces 2 cement. Whether the gravel, you get 2 mineral rocks to 6 gravel, so I think 2 crushers to be enough for them. But for the cement, I'm going to do 4. Go ahead and get our loaders. We're just going to line these up quite nicely. Give it our xenoferrite, and we're just going to bring that straight over here. And then what we're going to do is just set these to make cement. Now we need our casting machines, which I think, yeah, I'm going to put over here. That gives us quite a bit of room to expand as well. So I think that might be a better option. So we've got casting machines over here. Got our water inputs at the top. That means we're going to have to drag water from over there. So is it going to be beneficial to do it over here? I'm not entirely sure, but what we're going to do is first of all sort out our second loaders for our mineral ore, and that will kind of showcase where we kind of want to put everything then. So what I'm probably going to do is just bring this right to the edge. That's probably going to be the better option, and then we need to go to this one here. So we can go straight along here. We can load up all of those and they should start producing as well. Yeah, actually I think having the casting machines over here would be a good idea. Actually, we're going to leave a little bit of a gap, and we're going to put one just here for now, and then we're going to put another one directly next to it, and we have got room for expansion if we need it. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the input behind, and then we're going to do the output over here forwards. So what we need is we're just going to quite simply go a single lane loader this side, and then we're going to go ahead and get a second lane loader as well over here, and that should bring them nicely over this way. And then all we need to do is just export from these. So we'll go like this, change these to an output. This is going to be our cement production. And just go ahead and bring these around to here. We can rotate this round and we can bring this along. Then what we'll probably do is do this one as the second lane loaders, and then we'll bring this one over here like this and go just like this. We'll follow this around, and there we go. That should be absolutely perfect. So that should link up nicely with those. Change these to the output and we should have a pretty decent production. Yeah, I think the 2 crushers for the gravel should be perfectly fine. And looks like our concrete is a little bit slower at producing, but so far it looks pretty good. So casting, we need cement, concrete. So there we go, we have concrete. So we just need to sort our water input out now. So that looks good like that. Actually, we might even be able to just run these in series, which is pretty good. I like that idea. Let's go ahead and get our pipes. We'll do all of our pipes first, and then it should be pretty simple to hook up the pump to that. Let's go ahead and get our pipes in place. So we're going to have to go quite far out by the looks of it. In fact, we might even be able to put this here. Perfect. Okay, so we've got that in place. Now we can just lay down our pipes. They should all sit quite nicely where we need them. That will be good. Pump's probably a bit too far down than we need it, but that's not to worry. It seems pretty good like that. Change the orientation, and then we're just missing one straight pipe, which will cause it to go in there like that. That's perfect. We have our water intake, so hopefully it is working as a daisy chain and it is just feeding straight into the other one. If it is, that's going to be absolutely brilliant. This one seems to be working pretty well. This one on the other hand isn't, so we might have to just space these out a little bit, which isn't too much of an issue. That's a pretty easy fix. So we'll just get rid of this one and we'll get rid of these two loaders, so we can put our pipe just like this, just like that, and that should input water this way, and it's still not doing it. Okay, so we do need a water supply on each one by the looks of it, so not a problem. We can sort that out quite easily actually. We can get rid of this and we can put a T-piece in here. And if we just flip this round, get rid of this over here, we'll bring that out a couple just so we know we've got the clearance then. And then we will take this and we will connect it this way instead. Change this one here to a T-piece like that, and then we'll put this one as a straight. That should be pretty good. We should have water supply on both of them now. Yep, that is perfect. We have solved the issue there, so perfect. We've got our concrete production well underway. So it is quite slow, so it looks like we are probably going to need quite a few of these. But first of all, what we're going to do is just add that into our bus system, because then we should have enough of everything we need on a bus system to then get the Science Pack 3, so we can get some more things researched. So that's going to be the plan. So it looks like we've got a long journey with a lot of conveyor belts to make it all the way back to our bus system, literally all the way over there. So I think what I'll do is I'll head back to base, I'll stock up on some conveyor belts, and then I think a nice little montage of me building the conveyor belt all the way down to the bus system might be quite nice for you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And there we go, we have our concrete now in production into our bus system. I might have to upgrade this to tier 2 belt because it's going to take a while to get down there. But what I might do is just leave it running for a little bit, make sure these can, you know, produce as much as we need them to. This one doesn't seem to be outputting at all because at the moment, this one's doing all the work. So hopefully we should have enough to stock up our bus system relatively shortly. But I think I am going to need to expand and build another casting machine so we can cope with the amount of resources. So yeah, I kind of decided to change my mind. I built another 2. I didn't think the concrete production was up to what we're going to need for the tier 3 science packs, so I built another 2 more casting machines. I think the steady supply of gravel, cement and the mineral rocks should be perfectly fine. Seems to be going all well at the moment because it does take a while to produce the concrete, but I think we should be good to go. It looks like it's slowly emptying all of this. Production is still going to be slightly slow, but I think it's going to do alright. So let's head back and hopefully our system will be filling up nicely. And what we're going to do is get our Science Pack 3s in production. So let's go ahead and get this lot set up then. While our assemblers are going, we will go ahead and we will do one over here as an output, and we'll do this one here as an output, and then we'll do another one over here as an output as well. So that's going to be our outputs just over here in this direction, and then what we're going to do is rotate this round here into our merger or our balancer, and then we're going to drop it down through the floor just like we have the other ones. And let's get our assemblers. So we want one over here, we want one here, and we want one final one over here. So now we're in a little bit of a predicament because we need 3. And we haven't got access to the 3rd lane loader yet. Do we actually need for the 3rd lane loader? We need 75, so it's going to take quite a few to be able to actually make these. We can craft some, but only 3. We're going to need 75, so we're going to need quite a few. So I think what the best option is going to be for now is to get our single lane loaders in here, and then what we can do is we'll do our second lane loaders, we'll just split them to input because I forgot to do it with them ones. So we can split these to an input. No, it's not going to quite work the way I want it to. So what we might need to do is move it ever so slightly, just so we can kind of manipulate things a little bit. We're going to shift it back 1 space. And then what we're going to do is get our second lane loaders, and we're going to place these here like this. So we're going to have 1 here, and that's going to be output. And now we can figure out where we want our assemblers placed. So I still want the panel over this side, so we're going to have 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. So now we can get our second lane loaders, and we've got 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. Okay, so that's going to be our output. So we can sort that out before we forget where we are, and what we're going to do is pop that one there, and then what we're going to have is our single lane loaders just here as an input, and then we'll get our conveyor belt from this direction going straight into here, and then we can do exactly the same on this side, and that means we can have our 3 inputs. So we'll put them there, and we'll get our second lane loaders over in this direction. Then we will just grab our conveyor belts and we will distribute these this way. And we're going to have the same over here. So there we go. So now all we need is we need an input coming from this direction, and we need it to stretch pretty far over to the other side. This one will probably make our advanced machine parts. I think that's going to be the best thing to do. So we'll sort that out first, and we're going to flip it over this way, and then we're going to drop this down here, and we're going to get to our down slope there, connect our conveyor belt that way, and then connect to there. So that's our advanced, perfectly done. And now we need to just figure out where we're going from here. So probably about there, and we're going to have another one here as well. So we need pipes and then concrete. So that's pretty simple enough to do. We can just go like this, the slope down in this direction, splitter just here. It does look like we still need to use this method, which is fine, it still works. And then we can go like that, and that's perfect. Now just same for the concrete as well. So we can pop that there, then we'll get our slope down, and we should be able to fit this one here as well, which is going to be absolutely perfect. We're going to get our merger or balancer. I keep calling them mergers, but I'm pretty sure they're obviously merger slash balancers. And now we're going to drag this one all the way along over to here. We're going to bring this all the way back to here. We're going to let the conveyor belts fill up just so we're kind of saturating our system before we turn it all on and set it to go. So we're just going to wait for them to saturate a little bit first. And what we're going to do is head on down here. I'm not sure what that's all about, but definitely done some weird stuff, because I shouldn't be having a weird looking conveyor belt thing here, but we'll just go with it because why not? So we'll just get rid of that, and then we're going to need to input our science pack 3s into our researchers. So what we'll do is we'll probably do them just straight into the back of here. I think is probably going to be the best thing to do, and we'll kind of just work backwards. I think is going to be the best way to do it. So we'll just flick these on here right on the end. There we go. And then we'll grab our conveyor belts and we'll just swing this along like this. I'm going to leave a gap there just in case. Not sure why, but something tells me that I might need that little gap. And what we'll do is we'll bring this all the way along. We're going to have to do a little up and over. So we'll come down that way and we'll go up that way, and we will link these two together like that, and then we'll just carry along down here because it's going to pretty much end up there. That works out quite nicely actually, the way that's forming. So we're going to rotate this one around here, try and make it as nice and uniform as possible. I think keep it close and compact, just the way we like it. So there we go. That should be producing tier 3 science packs straight down into there. So let's head on back up and we'll see how our production of tier 3 science packs are doing. They're not doing anything because we forgot to configure the assembler as usual. So let's go ahead and configure these, and hopefully they have got few resources now all backed up. Looks like our concrete is in good production. That looks like that's all backed up, so that's looking good. And we have tier 3 science packs in production. Looks like it does take quite a bit of concrete to fill up, and we're a bit slow on the pipes as well because our steel production is quite slow. But what I am tempted to do is that's an ferrite all the way over there, and this is probably going to take me a while, and I might do it in between episodes, is literally bring that conveyor belt exactly the same as the concrete. I'm going to bring it all the way down to here, all the way down to our steel production, just to kind of eliminate these ones. I'm going to probably going to put these miners here that I've kind of using for this. I'm probably going to put these back into this system because it's running a little bit slow and we are near enough out, so I'm going to have to bring that all the way down here. We are definitely out. We definitely need that mining force 1 because we are going to need this as ferrite ore just over here as we are running extremely low. So I think that's definitely what I'm going to be doing. I think I need to focus on getting this tier 3 research done first. We are definitely running a bit short. We haven't got any of the science. Oh, we've got one here. One arrived here. So yeah, the production of the tier 3 science packs is quite slow. So looks like it's going to be taking us a little while, but that's not too much of an issue. We can just let this run, and hopefully I would have accumulated some by the end of the next episode. So there we go, everyone. That is the completion of today's episode, and we've had quite a productive one. We've got our steam power in production. We've got our concrete in production, as well as some gravel and some cement, and we've also got a science pack tier 3 all rock and rolling as well. So we're well on our way to getting some more of these unlocks. I want the mining efficiency 3 and also the 3rd lane loader, and also mining force as well, so we can start getting some more of that other xenoferrite. So hopefully you're enjoying the series so far. If you are, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well for more Foundry content. It's been Kryptonite here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.